Give these idiots the smackdown that they deserve. Untrained, ignorant people who don't have a clue. Ultra-crepidarian, 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 ultra-crepidarian. Untrained, ignorant people who don't have a clue. Untrained, unqualified, ignorant, arrogant individuals. What the hell? What the hell? Untrained, unqualified, ignorant, arrogant individuals. They don't even read Arabic. What the hell? Ultra-crepidarian, 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 ultra-crepidarian. I don't respond to stupidity and foolishness. What the hell? Ultra-crepidarian, 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 ultra-crepidarian. I don't respond to stupidity and foolishness. What the hell? I don't respond to stupidity and foolishness. Ultra-crepidarian. I have rarely come across somebody who is more vulgar, vile, foul-mouthed, vicious, repugnant, depraved excuse of a preacher. What the hell? What the hell? Ultra-crepidarian, 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 ultra-crepidarian. And I wonder, truly, does he know he's lying, or is he mentally insane? Ultra-crepidarian, ultra-crepidarian. Untrained, ignorant people who don't have a clue. Ultra-crepidarian, 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 ultra-crepidarian. Does he know he's lying, or is he mentally insane? What the hell? Ultra-crepidarian, 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 ultra-crepidarian. Sometimes, yes, ignorance is bliss. And I wonder, truly, does he know he's lying, or is he mentally insane?
Hallelujah. Let Lord Jesus Christ shine forth. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Actually, it's more evening and more bedtime. And we are back again. This time I've got Sister K to talk about innocent Mohammed Hijab. It turned out that he's really innocent, very, very innocent for what he did to a Muslim woman. He published a book, published a video. So I just thought we just go through that and then prove his innocence. You know, like you just look at him. You just look at him and it's like very innocent, very innocent. Sister K, peace of Christ be with you.
Grace and peace of Christ also be with you too, sister. How are you today?
It's always good to have you because you are always like, you are always come alongside and defend the innocent people. So really appreciate for that.
Well, thank you so much. I don't know how much I owe you later for saying that, but sure.
I'll make sure I'll send you PayPal requesting. Anyway, on a serious note, good. It's good that you are here. So let me just bring people up to date. What is happening? What has been happening last couple of days? There is a Muslim woman who has a daughter going through a divorce. In the divorce process, she meets with Mohammed Hijab, who is involved in Islamic Council, and as the time goes on, after time goes on, he expresses that he wants to be her husband. And as they do the nikah through Zoom, and then they do kind of all the things, and then it turns up that actually Mohammed Hijab just wants to have sex marriage, boyfriend-girlfriend relationship marriage. Lots of boyfriend-girlfriend relationships, there is no sex, but in his mind, yeah, he wants to have sex marriage, hotel marriage. And then she doesn't want that. It turns up that this is identified as Misyar, which Mohammed Hijab didn't even tell her, and then she asked for divorce. Mohammed Hijab was upset that what he's going to tell his friends, all that kind of things. And if you want to hear more about it, please check out the previous video I did. I think Adam Sika jumped in, so that was on Monday or Tuesday. I can't remember. I think it was Monday. I can't remember. It's on the channel. So we talked about it. We went through lady's testimony, and then what is all happening. And now, in such occasions, things happen. So Mohammed Hijab broke his silence, and he's sharing his side of story. So I just thought that's what we go through. We kind of listen his side of the story, because last time we listened side of woman's story where yeah, she was used for
So
I don't even know how to say it. Like, I don't feel sorry for her, because at the end she was still like in Islam, and then she's okay with the teachings of Islam. She's just asking things to come out, all those kind of things. But it is sad to see how Muslims are treating their own.
Mm-hmm.
How Mohammed Hijab is able to do such a things and get away with it. But as he expressed everything, that this is all Islamic. So
yeah. So can we start out by calling this the hashtag #MeToo movement? Like, should we, for Mohammed Hijab?
Instead of like Me Too movement, you want
the #MeToo movement, the Mimi Hijab.
Well, you can do the campaigns you want to do. It's absolutely
Yeah.
up to you, sister. Yeah, Sister K wants to start a campaign, Me Too movement. If you want to jump in, just jump in.
Just hashtag MIMITOO. And I'm sure there's a list of women that would come and say, oh, he did the same thing to me too.
Actually, yeah, so I forgot. I've got like Mohammed Hijab's video, as well as I have ladies video again with like shorter, it seems it was like uploaded 2 days ago, where she's kind of adding more informations on it. Yeah, Me Too movement is on the rise now.
Okay. I mean, as long as we can continue that. But yeah, sister, that is, I was glad that you exposed this darkness, but go ahead.
Allah is an awful God. Muhammad is an awful prophet, and his followers. I don't have much expectations, but every time, like when you see how human beings are affected by the followers of Allah and Muhammad, it's just like, oh, not another thing. But, well, as a good person, I'm a very good person. We just wanted to hear the men's side.
Okay.
In Islam, like, women are half brain, all those kind of things. You can't trust their testimony. In this occasion, we want to hear the testimony of Mohammed Hijab. So he's going to share his side of the story. Where is the video? Is this the video? This is not the video. This is lady's video. Okay. It's coming.
I'm patient. Don't worry. I'm the most patient person you'll ever meet. Now hurry up and be patient.
Yep. I agree with you. You are the most patient. And then my computer is in livestock. Okay, it's up there now. Okay, so I'm gonna play the beginning of the video. I saw it was tweeted by Mohammed Hijab. So I'm gonna first play the beginning of the video, and then I want to bring a couple of attention to it before we continue. And those of you who are in chat, it's good you are there. If you can put @ sign in front of DCCI Ministries, I'll make sure I give attention to your comments. Okay, so let's pull up this. So video is titled Behind the Obsession: The Troubling Story of a Stalker Fixated on Mohammed Hijab. See some people have stalkers.
Wow.
It's very difficult to be Mohammed Hijab in 21st century.
I know.
Yeah, but see, let me play first couple of seconds and then bring something to our attention.
Does he have any children, any kids himself?
Yes, and I'm making dua on them as well.
Making dua on his children as well?
Yes. Their atoms, their cells, their bodies give him cancer.
There have been some serious accusations made against Mohammed Hijab by...
Okay, so this is the beginning of the video. This person is making the video on behalf of Mohammed Hijab.
That doesn't seem unusual to you, sister?
Well, he doesn't look like Mohammed Hijab. His sound doesn't look like Mohammed Hijab.
I know it's not Mohammed Hijab because his shirt is on. Boom.
Yeah, that was the giver.
Giveaway.
This person is not acting like part-time prostitute. So the video, let me stop sharing. Stop share another screen. Video comes to us from this channel. Where is the channel? Okay. So it was tweeted by Mohammed Hijab and video comes to us from this channel. False accusations. Okay. Video was put a day ago and 40,000 people watched it.
Wow.
Okay. And this is from someone who's got only 291 subscribers.
And so, I mean, wait, when did the channel start? You said it started a day ago?
No, video was put together a day ago. I don't know how to find out when the channel started.
If you click on this, I'll find it. I'll find it.
You find that one. You look into that one. And then while you look into that one, I'll send you another thing. So I was like, wow, for a channel which has only 291 subscribers, 40,000 people watched it. How this video circulated, you know?
Yeah.
And then I click this thing. The channel has only one video. In whole channel, there is only one video. Channel called False Accusations UK. One video, 291 subscribers, 40,000 views, and video is only 15 minutes, 19 seconds. There's nothing else in the channel. And you click the video, which we just did, and that video doesn't look like human voice, does it?
No, that sounds very AI generated.
Are you sure, sister?
You know what? We need to, because of the use of AI so prevalent in Dawah, we might need to like add AI, peace and blessings and strong internet connections be upon it. Because AI is trying to help Dawah, you know.
So,
Lily J.
I saw heard one of her clip. I really don't know Mohammed Hijab's heart. I even don't know the False Accusations UK, whoever behind of this video. I don't even know their heart. I don't even know who they are. Okay, but as I listened, I haven't even listened full video. It's whole 15 minutes, man. So the part I listened, in my mind, Mohammed Hijab didn't even have a face to face what is the accusation towards him. So he hired someone and then give them the script and give them his phone so that they can use AI to put the video together. That's what I think.
Yes.
Of course, I don't know what is in his heart.
When did he come up with the story that that somebody was stalking him, and that you notice that story of Elon Musk was threatening him? You notice that disappeared, like that just. I mean, has he been perpetuating that lie again and again? It seemed like he came out with it, honestly, to like, I think Adam Seeker stated, to cover his tracks. That if anyone comes out saying anything negative about me, it's because of Elon Musk, right?
So that's like, if you look at the timeline, I remember watching that video, and then he was saying someone is gonna accuse, someone is gonna share like informations about my morality stuff, and because they want to take me down, all those kind of things. And now there is a woman who is accusing him for being like, oh, very, very, I don't even have a term for like what he done to her. And it just like makes you think, actually this was going on behind the scenes, but he wanted to give the image, actually no, this is like
it's a preemptive strike, and that's what they call it. And basically, before it gets out, I get to shape the narrative. Like, say if I rob you, right, and I do something wrong to you, and then I say, if you click on, actually, if you click on the channel and you click the more at the top of the subscribe channel, it'll show you that channel started November 8th, which was very interesting that, he has this just coincidentally 2023. This channel started November 8th, 2023.
And the first video they upload is Mohammed's accusation, Mohammed Hijab goes through. Poor Mohammed Hijab. It's just like
I mean, this is this is a very successful channel with very low subscribers. So it's rather interesting that he would have, such a channel. But this person just seems to be the only thing that they have for their last the last year and a half. They had nothing on this channel, but when Mohammed Hijab needed to be defended, oh my goodness, I need to step up to the plate and defend his name using AI.
Yeah, so like Mohammed Hijab doesn't even have face.
Nope.
To stand up and then say whether I did it or not. Like he could simply say, remember when the what was it
Nico?
called? No. Like a couple of years back, I can't remember the full names now, but a couple of years back there was a document came out where people would go to Netherlands, Amsterdam, and involved with prostitution. And some people's name on that list was some of the well-known Muslim missionaries. And that one of the Muslim missionaries, Mohammed Hijab's very close friend, co-worker, actually. He simply stated, so what? This is Islamic, nothing wrong in this one. So Mohammed Hijab simply took the platform and then say, shut up. I told her this is Islamic. It is Islamic. It is not none of your business. But he doesn't even have face for it. He just sets up this account. He sets up this account with like.
Well, because if you think about his efforts, who is he trying to present Islam to? He's not presenting Islam really to the Ummah. They know the maggots and the disgustingness of Islam. He's trying to go on Piers Morgan and other shows to be platformed in the West. He does not want to be known as a misogynist guy that's betting multiple women and lying to them, saying, lying and saying, I'm going to take care of you in this aspect. But once you bed her, then, oh no, this is Islamic. He can't do that, because if he does, then his platform in the West is going to be compromised. Remember, they're trying to sell Islam to feminists. They're trying to sell Islam to all these different people in the West that are ignorant as to what it actually entails. It would be smart. I think he would gain respect and say, oh yeah, yes, this is Islamic, so I don't care. But he can't do that because, again, he's trying to be polished in the West.
Well, clearly he's doing a good job at it. Okay, so he's got this channel, and Machine is just telling us Let's see what his machine is gonna tell us. We don't know, of course. We don't know. We don't know the heart of machines, since machines are start defending the human beings, especially like people, Mohammed Hijab. So we don't know what is in their mind. Let's see. Let me go back to the video. And those of you, if you didn't have time to watch the lady's testimony, check that out as well. You will find it's helpful. So I'm going to go start from the beginning. It's going to come. It's going to come. It's going to come.
Does he have any children, any kids himself?
Yes, and I'm making dua on them as well.
Making dua on his children as well?
Yes. Their atoms, their cells, their bodies give him cancer.
There have been some serious accusations made against Mohammed Hijab by a woman whom we will demonstrate has had a persistent and concerning obsession with him, dating back to 2021. This response addresses a video produced by a group of American bloggers featuring what they present as the testimony of a woman who alleges that Mohammed Hijab pursued her for a secret second marriage, manipulated her into accepting it, and eventually divorced her after years of controlling behavior. According to her account, even after the divorce, Hijab allegedly continued to pursue her. Despite the complete absence of credible evidence, some, whether out of naivety or a deeper, more insidious bias, have chosen to accept her narrative at face value. In an age where...
Let's pause here. So apparently, testimony of the woman does not count as evidence.
Well, that's very Islamic.
No evidence, because she's just talking. That doesn't mean it's true.
It's very Islamic, right? He needed to marry 2 women, and they come out and say that he did this for it to just even equal. It didn't say that they would believe, but to equal that which is a man's testimony. So, unfortunately, you have half of a testimony here.
Let's see if that half of the testimony is going to get debunked.
Okay.
Miss Andre often masquerades as moral vigilance, it seems for some that the mere accusation against a man is tantamount to guilt. The presumption of innocence, once a cornerstone of justice, is all too readily discarded when it is a man who stands accused. In this video, we will expose the hollowness of these claims and lay bare the reality. These allegations stem from a deeply obsessed individual whose erratic behavior included tracking down Hijab's family and persistently stalking him for years. When her advances were definitively rejected, she responded not with closure, but with a campaign of character assassination. Her motive is not justice, it is vengeance, fueled by emotional fixation and personal resentment. If anyone doubts the legitimacy of the obsession narrative or suspects it to be merely a tool for Mohammed Hijab's self-justification, then I urge you to listen closely to the following.
At that time, I look at this guy.
Someone just sent me a message saying,
I'm sad.
huh?
What did they say? I was sad for Mimi Hijab, but carry on.
Yeah, I'm so sad for this poor guy. Too. So someone sent me a message to say, apparently in ChatGPT, that's like AI thing, you can write and then say, okay, someone is accusing me with this woman, just there's woman is talking about it, write a rebuttal or something. So ChatGPT simply can write you
a refutation.
Yeah, apparently ChatGPT can do that for you. Like,
well, didn't you have that on the debate the other night with Nadir?
Oh yeah, that guy was like, I forget about it. No, someone sent me a message saying like probably they just like ask ChatGPT and then ChatGPT is like writing this, and
he
then
said a bunch of American witnesses. How are they witnesses? And they're there
because the gentleman who kind of exposed it, actually lady already exposed it. Lady put up videos for 4 months ago. Gentleman who exposed it a few days ago, apparently he exposed Amar Suleiman before as well for very immoral things, all that, and then his ex-wife. So
Wow.
that or they're just like, okay, because it comes to us from the people who are exposing the moral failures of Muslim world. We don't care about it.
Well, yeah, it's other Muslims that are exposing it. They don't care. But when Christians get a hold to it, that's when they actually care and they want to respond and they want to defend their name. Why? And they'll use it all under the guise of this is Islamophobia.
Probably.
Yeah. But I'm sorry, I was in the middle of crying because I felt so bad for Mimi Hijab.
Yeah, me too.
No, it's me too.
me too. Oh, poor guy.
God, like, because I trust him.
Yeah, problem with my computer, if I pause it, it gets into live support and then it struggles.
Well, you know what? Play it for as long as you can, and I'll take notes and I can address like the different sections.
I trust him enough. I was like, I didn't see at all anything wrong that's going to happen. This is for me like the story of the marriage of Salama with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
As evident here, she openly commits a grave act of shirk, of the kind that places one beyond the pale of Islam, by declaring that she saw Muhammad Hijab as a god. While she may, in some measure, be excused by ignorance, such a statement nonetheless reveals either an alarming degree of obsession or a profound psychological instability. In any event, one can clearly discern the motive behind her actions, a calculated attempt to ruin his life through false and malicious claims. This woman managed to obtain Hijab's phone number and made contact with him through his colleagues. What will be shown includes the nature of their communication, specifically the text messages she sent him.
Okay, let's pause here. So if I am looking at someone as like, wow, this person is very good in his job, all that, like, what is that phrase? Like you look at someone with adoration, how they are doing what they do, all this kind.
Admire him.
You admire that person. Mm-hmm. So apparently, because she's admiring Mohammed Hijab and his work and seeing this Mohammed Hijab like as godlike, that already confirms her character as a failure.
What did she say? I'm sorry, I didn't get. She saw him as, was it Suleiman or who was it?
No, she was Salama, but like she was talking about like that herself, and she's seeing Mohammed Hijab as like, oh, okay, this is amazing, like he's like a god.
Kind of like how they view Mohammed, but moving forward, so it's sure. But here's the thing: if he's supposed to be this great defender of Islam, right? Why wouldn't he tell her, like, hey, you shouldn't view me that way, right? If someone came up to you and said, oh my goodness, Hatun, I view you as a god.
And then I said, oh, thank you. You're so kind. Send me all the worship.
So no, absolutely not. You would be like, no, you need to look to Jesus. So my thing is, if you're a great defender, no, he took that as, I really have this one. And a couple things that you can get from that is the reason why that's the case, because he knew he had her, as they say, wrapped around his finger.
This is not a finger. He wrapped her around something else. It's something else.
But something else. Let's put it this way: in the censored West, in other words, how you know you can manipulate and control someone is because when he left for a long window of time, he knew he basically stopped her from marrying other people. He could come back in her life and say, okay, I'm ready now.
If you look from the woman perspective, especially Muslim woman perspective, if there is an interest from someone who is all over social media, like she expressed like how scholars were praising him, all those kind of things. So in her mind, Mohammed Hijab is amazing.
Yeah.
Of course, and Mohammed Hijab is giving her attention. Of course, she's gonna like when he gives her attention, she's not like, she's gonna, what is the term?
He's not gonna reject it?
There is a term for it. She's not gonna
Spurn his advances? I'm a nerd, so I don't.
it's not my area of expertise, those relationship words, but she's being fluttered by it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, like that's something very, very normal. Okay, so what they are doing now, they are sharing some of the text messages. Mohammed Hijab, and we call the lady Aisha at this stage. Mohammed Hijab and Aisha wrote to one another. Okay. So at this stage, we don't know if this is her number or not. Okay. And let's pretend this is her number. From this screen, we don't know when the message first started, how she got the phone numbers, like whose account is correct. Not very clear about it. Okay. So let's read those messages. It's like, imagine like someone just handing over their phone to you and then say, read my messages.
But somehow, before you start, somehow they got a hold of the exchange between him and the woman?
Yeah, Mohammed Hijab is sharing text messages. Okay. So here's the first screen. Let me just go a little bit back. Okay, yeah, this is the first screen. Okay. Oops, it's a little bit blurry. Okay, just a second. Okay, we start from here. This is so fast. So there needs to be. Okay, so this is the beginning of the first page. Okay. This is text message or WhatsApp. I don't know which platform. I'm not on WhatsApp, so I don't know that.
We just want to see the messages. It's okay.
Yeah. Okay, so look at the date of the messages, 2022.
Okay.
Okay. Dates of the messages is 2022. Please let me know. Actually, why don't you read it?
Okay. Which one is him? I'm assuming the one on the left is her.
I am assuming the blue is Mohammed Hijab.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Okay, so please let me know your instructions so that I wouldn't disturb the class or the recording. Don't worry, inshallah. I hope you're well. I have some questions and need some advice. Can I call you now, please? Please?
Okay, so January 2020, January 20th of January. Okay, this needs to be slowed down. I don't know how to make this slower.
I don't know if you could.
There must be. Okay, let me just figure this out.
Okay.
How can you make the video go? I know how to make it go faster.
Yeah, if you go to how to make it go faster. Maybe okay. You can.
This is the page we looked.
Mm-hmm.
See, they even put her address.
Oh my gosh. Get that off of there.
That's Mohammed Hijab.
I know, but get that off of the screen for your stream.
No, it's in their thing. It's not in my thing.
Sister, they don't care. They'll give you a strike because of someone else's stuff.
Okay, so what we are gonna do is I need to figure out. I need help now. I want to go through those messages slowly because it's too fast.
Okay, let me see if I can pull that up, and I'll just try to read through it off of the interwebs. Let me pull that up. Okay.
Okay, so we read that part.
Mm-hmm.
January 16. Okay, this is so they are starting sharing the message from January 16. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Salam Mohammed, I am running a little bit late today. Please let me know your instructions so that I wouldn't disturb the class or the recording. And then he replies, no worries, inshallah. Aisha writes, I hope you are well. I have some questions, need some answers. Can I call you, please? So far, anything is like dodgy for you? Sister K?
I'm talking on mute. I don't, let's put it this way. I don't think it's dodgy, but for Islamic culture, it's inappropriate, would you not say, for a woman to be messaging someone? I don't know what the,
Like,
but,
she expressed Mohammed Hijab is in the Islamic Council.
but look, hold on, but look where it says blocked, right? Look where the word says blocked.
Yeah.
Look right above that. There's a message up there. We can't see that message.
Yeah, it's been blurred.
No, but that's what I'm saying. There's a message, and I'm not talking about it's if you look between not the blurred top portion, but right above, like immediately above the blocked square, there's a gray bubble. So we don't know what the conversation that transpired initially. He's giving you, and we don't even know if portions of this were redacted, if he removed things that he said to her to make her look like I call it bleaching a conversation.
Yeah, also, actually, there is a way you can delete messages, you send them stuff. So this is what, like, Mohammed Hijab wanted people to have access and then see, okay? We don't know the
Exactly.
we don't know what was happening before all this. So we just like press like this. Oh, it's so fast. Oh.
I got you. I'm gonna actually. What I'll do is, I'm gonna read it from. I'm gonna read it from YouTube. I am going to try to mute my YouTube. I'm gonna mute myself for a second. If you can continue talking, just give me a second, and I'll pull up the actual wording. So I'm just gonna mute myself.
Okay, so now you've got like message says not today, inshallah. Oh, yeah, I don't. This is like stressful for me now. Okay, don't know how to fix this. I need to find ways to make this video go slow. So when you press Option and plus, it makes it go fast, right? No. A platform with good opportunity for dialogue in between. I think that will be less than 6 weeks. So Mohammed Hijab invited her to something because she says, Salam Mohammed, I wanted to say thank you very much for your invite. You really don't know how much big this for me. And I'm so grateful and happy. It helped me a lot. Okay, another message from Mohammed Hijab. No married, no kids. I have known him for 20 years. Would you consider him for marriage? Thank you for thinking I could be suitable for someone you've known for 20 years. I would consider anyone that has a high religious level and can practice his duties as husband, regardless his marital situation or income or anything else, inshallah. So remember, she was telling Mohammed Hijab was looking for husbands for me, and then every time like there was like potential, there would be faults in the potential husbands. Okay, and then so this is the messages we were looking was 2022.
Yeah.
And now the message on the screen is like 19 October 2021. And meantime, someone wants me to get deported from UK. Why? Because you want to take over UK? Oh, bless your heart.
Deport.
Idiot.
Hatun Task? Can you just get her last name right? If you're going, I mean, you don't want them to sending out Hatun Task, and you meant to say Tosh. Like,
you don't want to get someone else deported by his.
No, poor lady. Except for door and kick her out. She's like, what is this for?
Yeah.
I'm proper British. She's
So now we've got messages from 2021. Okay, October 2021. Mohammed Hijab, his friend who is Mohammed Hijab knows for 20 years, and then asking if she can consider him as a husband. She's like, yeah, as long as he's got religious background, as long as he does his husband duties, why not? And then she says, can I call? Of course, such a things you just want to have like proper phone conversation, okay? Okay.
Even at 25%, they scroll through really, really fast.
Yeah.
I wonder why that is.
I don't even know. So that's how it's gonna be like. Press. Okay, can I call? Not today, inshallah. Okay. Can I go for religious man, inshallah? Allah, and give up inequality. I can go for a religious man, inshallah, and give up on equality. Okay, she's like, I can compromise. I can go with a man who's got wives and then just compromise my rights. Okay. These things is there, I can't read under it. Okay. I just don't want to be cut off in case she finds out with no mistake of mine. She's okay to marry a married woman, married man. She's okay to be the second wife, okay? And then I would go for a religious man, even if he has to cut me off, if she finds out with no mistakes of mine. I am happy to be the secret wife.
Secret wife?
To a married man. And when she finds out, and then if he wants to cut me off, that's fine, as long as it is not my mistake.
Wow, she is desperate. Scream desperate a little bit louder, ma'am. I couldn't hear you.
If all this is acceptable from the religious perspective, I'm going to be happy with it, inshallah. She says, if this is okay Islamically, I am okay with it. I am okay to marry a married man and kind of compromise on the equality. And when it has been found out, if he wants to cut me off, that's like, fine, we can deal with that. Okay? What I know is I will always feel I could have been with someone more religious, and I have rather just settled down for convenience. I prefer to marry a Muslim man. Okay? If I have only one chance in this life, I want to just go for it for real, inshallah. Oh my God. All this is just because I really love Allah and I want to go for the best. Now I'm going to feel that I have really tried my best. So if it works, that's all right, inshallah. And if it doesn't, alhamdulillah. Okay. So she's writing this in October 2021. These are the communications 2021. Sorry about Texas. I got emotional. LOL. Listen, I honestly think what you deserve and what is most likely to ensure that you don't go through heartbreak and oppression is normal monogamous relationship. I must give you that advice, says Mohammed Hijab on 26th October 2021 at 8 p.m., 9 p.m.
Allegedly.
Otherwise, I would be cheating you.
Can I insert that? I think this is so doctored, but carry on.
So the things like they intentionally made it bigger. They want you to see, like, as they are passing so fast, they want you to see. In 2021 October, Mohammed Hijab was telling her, go and be one wife to the husband.
Mm-hmm.
What makes you certain that I won't be heartbroken or oppressed in monogamy? Many women aren't getting their rights and are mistreated in monogamous marriages.
Really?
Not in Islam, yeah.
No, I'm just saying, like, this conversation, it just screams a doctored message. And maybe I could be wrong, but it just seems like, you know.
But other thing is like they're discussing kind of business things. If you think about it, this is like back in 2021. Mohammed Hijab is helping her to get a husband. So those conversations are very normal if you are having those business side of conversation.
But I mean, isn't it funny how, like, I mean, didn't Uthman do this? Somebody came for counseling and he ended up being Imam, Mr. Still Your Wife. They keep going to these men for counseling and all of a sudden they end up with them. How selfish is that? Like, give the Ummah a chance. Let the other brothers get one wife first.
But think about like how she says like she knows women who they are mistreated by their one husband, like they are just one wife to the one husband, how they are mistreated and heartbroken by their husband. Like she says, this is very common. Versus like I look at the marriage between my brothers and sisters, I'm just like saying, wow, look at them. But anyway.
But it's so doctored. I highly doubt that this was their conversation.
Let's just take the face value and then see. By the way, this is just a bit of the conversation. This is back in 2021. We don't know the conversations, like they have not been shared. Maybe it's going to come up, but like we don't know. Because at the beginning she was like saying everything was okay, and then there was a point he started like giving hints, and then things changed from there. And then he asked her if I can be your husband. So I want to see those conversations. So how did that happen? If that ever, like, let's see. I highly respect your help and advice. You have no. Do you want to read? Do you want to?
Sure.
You got like voice.
Is that what you're saying? Okay. It says, I highly respect your help and advice. You have no idea how much thankful I am. I am indeed a very vulnerable and weak situation.
I know from the experiences. Okay, brothers and sisters and guests and enemies who are in the chat, I know from my experiences. Okay, you never write to a man who is not your husband and then say I am in vulnerable and very weak situation.
Hatun, this sounds like a man that's trying to write from a woman's perspective, but carry on as we must. I am so vulnerable and so weak right now. Oh, I'm a single mom. I just needs me a man. It's so bad.
I don't know. Like one of the things you can do, okay? So you set up your phone, okay? On your phone, you've got like dates and times, you know, like where it says like you go to settings, and there's a place called, where is it? General. Okay, under the general, there is a date and time. Okay, you can go there, and then you can change the year as well as the time and date.
Oh.
So, like if you are gonna be kind of very dodgy about things.
Well, you know, there's. Go ahead, sister. I'm sorry. There's an app where you can create text messages.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
So, like one of the things you can do is, for example, like today is Thursday, April 10th of April at 23:51 right now. Okay, I can go to the settings and then change that day and the time. Okay, I can next simply, today's date is not in 2025. I mean 2025 or 2024.
We're in 2025 last time.
I can change that to like 2019 at 5:11. I can change that on my phone settings. I know there were certain occasions like someone needed to do those things. So that date maybe is changed. I don't know.
No,
But
I mean, you have full blown apps.
huh?
You have full blown apps where I can create a text message. Say I text and I'm like, well, I'm texting. Somebody told me that you need to send me $5,000 and you respect their authority. I'm like, hey, by the way, let me forward this message to you. But I mean, again, it just seems like again, a guy is really, really trying to manipulate this conversation. Okay, back to she's
So
very. I'm sorry.
just make sure everyone gets the takeaway. You never write to someone who is not your husband. Okay, I am in very vulnerable and weak situation, because that just gives the impression to the other side in very, very destructive way. So be careful. Yes, sister, continue with these amazing communications.
Very vulnerable and weak situation. Next, but please, I want to focus on the type of man I want to be with rather than his marital status. I have to place my priority on top rather than my needs. Let me see. Let me scroll. Did you scroll? And yours?
Right.
Oh no, I was, because mine was scrolling too, so I didn't know.
Right.
To place my priority.
Okay, it's went too fast. See,
I have mine scrolling right now too.
Okay,
So it says okay, I'm gonna pause it and just here. Okay, it says, I am sure a man of religion won't forsake my rights, inshallah. Men of religion are very few. There aren't any that are left single. LOL. Hijab responds, your chances of being oppressed and or broken, in a polygynous.
No. Just a second. I want to point out something. This message has been sent at 2 a.m. in the morning. Mohammed Hijab in 2021, he was a married man. As a married man, he's sending a message to a single woman at 2 a.m. in the morning.
Can you add a married Muslim man in there? Because I mean, there's nothing wrong with that if you're a married Muslim man.
Okay. Well, even if you are married non-Muslim man, still you don't send a message to a woman who is not your wife at 2 a.m. in the morning.
Okay, there you go.
Anyway, just like anyway, continue, sister.
Okay, and it says your chances of being oppressed and or heartbroken in a polygynous marriage as a second wife exponentially increase. And that is the incontrovertible truth, which you're entitled to know. Let me scroll a little bit more.
If man is sending me a text message 2 o'clock in the morning, all I am thinking is, this guy is thinking about me in a way that he can't even sleep right now. He's sending me text message.
Or you are a nightmare.
Oh yeah, in my occasion, I get like messages 2 o'clock, very, very inappropriate way. I'm gonna chop your head off.
See, you gave him a nightmare. Like, I looked on my shelf and my Quran was gone, and I saw her leaving, and it was her. She was outside. Anyways, okay. She says at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on October 29th,
2 days after that, like
2021.
After that, she replies 2 days after message came in.
Assalamu alaikum, Muhammad. I pray you are well. I leave this to you, inshallah. Thank you for looking into this for us. I ask Allah to help you and reward you and grant us what is best for our akhirah and dunya. Ameen. Okay. Next. On
9 November, 6th of November 2021.
Assalamu alaikum, Mohammed. I hope you're well. Gonna scroll a little bit more. Can I call you today?
No, not today, inshallah.
Okay, sure. I thought I had said something wrong. Thank you. Salam, Mohammed. Can I call you today? Oh my gosh, honey, this screams desperate.
No. So I'm looking from the business perspective. They've got a relationship at this stage, okay?
Really?
They already talked about, okay, what kind of man do you want? She says, doesn't matter as long as he's Muslim man. I am happy. I don't mind being second wife or not.
No, he's a religious man. You forgot. Not just
yeah. So Muslim man, Muslim religious man.
Yeah.
And then Mohammed Hijab's response is not very clear. So it's a couple of days silent. She wants to call for update. Okay.
You make my heart go pitter pat. Mimi Hijab. I'm sorry. So next it says, today is not great. I'll call during week. Not today, inshallah. Sure, lady responds. Sure, thank you. November 25th, 2021 at 6:59. I'm assuming UK time. I really hate that guy, Fee, Allah, to be honest. I had video of him forwarded to me. I'm sorry, I gotta scroll up a little bit more. Where I believe he has gone against the correct Akida and teachings of Islam and regarding to addressing the topic of divorces. So I have struggled watching the video you suggested just to find out I watched the wrong one. Ha ha. I will leave you a text or an audio after I watch the one about polygyny sometime soon, inshallah. Next. Jeez, I'm going to scroll up a little bit more. Okay. Salam, Mohammed. I have seen the video. Naima has some very good communication and speech skills. I have benefited mainly from the part towards the end of the video. I understand that the family unit of the biological mother and father can technically never be replicated for many reasons. It's also very beneficial to keep in mind the kind of sacrifice a guy that will marry a girl with kids will make. And I'm sorry, in the sense, despite the fact that even if he married a girl with no kids, they will still have kids in 2 years' time, and she won't have that much time for him again. But the sacrifice of marrying a girl with kids is something that deserves respect and appreciation. She spoke of polygyny, and to be very frank, again, we get back to the exact same point. I personally strongly believe in doing, let me scroll up, what I have to do. Everything else is in Allah's hand, and that's where it has always been. When we chose someone for marriage, we considered their deen, ideology, akida, habits, and their personality to form a sort of match. These are the minimum requirements that cannot be minimized any less. Polygyny, go back a second.
Is something a female craves for. It is something we accept in order for us to do what Allah has ordered us to do and seek what Allah told us to seek. Every girl wish she had her husband just for her and he loved her only. That's in our nafs craves. I don't need about this. There is Arabic term, I don't know what it is. I believe marriage has to be founded on compatible in terms of religiousness and personality. Everything else has to be secondary. So she's still trying to figure out like who she wants to get married. She's still trying to get a husband.
She just looking. She out there hunting.
I know that I have got nothing to give, or there is nothing about me that may be interested to anyone, but I don't see what is there. I may change in the list of what I am looking for, because that's what Allah has ordered me to seek. MashaAllah. Thanks for your feedback. I appreciate it. That's November 2021. I wanted to share one more thing with you that I really disturbed in the type of disclosure is bringing forward to the Muslims. There is something, there is a word there they don't want us to know. This topic of marriage and divorce is not tackled in Islamic way. I think our Aqidah, we have to see things the way Allah, Shaitan, wants us to see them, and that's the whole purpose of having Quranic disclosure and the prophetic guidance sent to us. Now, marriage is spoken about as prize in itself, and divorced women are spoken about as if they are doomed and don't qualify for anything. Allah, the Satan, has taught us that these worldly gains or loss can embrace a number of definitions and not only one. Anyway, so she's talking about that. There is nothing in there. Hadiths, references, using facts, creating opposite, blah blah. Islamic doesn't I have value? Then because nature of world, nature of that, worldly again, Satan uses.
Yeah, so it seems like a lot of Islamic references.
Allah want them to see. So she's talking about creation account. Best way to see raising Islamophobia. Community towards women are already in valuable position facing Islamophobia and trying to raise their kids in the best way possible. In Islam, divorce takes one of the following position, similar to the position marriage may take in fiqh. Putting all divorced women in the same box is un-Islamic. In Islam, Allah has ordered us to be very prudent while dealing with non-Muslims in war, just in case one of them may be actually hiding a Muslim. If there is a possibility of being only one divorced woman that has veiled reasons for which she has divorced and ended up alone with kids, leads us to the ruling here. Ruling where we have to deal with divorcees one by one by vetting, and we do not generalize just under the pretext that these are the possibilities and not probabilities. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, just let me go back. Okay. Islamic tradition, unites the order of Allah, religion of attacking and humiliating, discrediting Muslim divorcees goes against the teachings. Prophet. Okay. So, overall, she's talking about how divorcees are being treated, all that. And she says the way divorcees are being treated is not very nice.
What?
Loving a late husband or one talking his virtues happened with the Prophet, and many Sahaba in the goes against happiness. Say what Mahdi finishes. Please take some of times read this, as you may ask me to watch. Okay, so we have the conversations back November 2021, where overall she's seeking help to get new husband, and actually I don't need I'm not that much like curious, that much worried about being only wife. I'm happy to be second wife as long as man is good Muslim religious man, and he's able to do his duties. Okay. And she's talking about how in Muslim communities divorcees are treated very badly, and then she kind of puts some references and says this is just wrong. And then in a couple of points in these conversations, it's been expressed that she wanted to call him, and Mohammed Hijab says, not today. And then Mohammed Hijab, there is a point she wants to talk to him again. Mohammed Hijab says, I'll call you during the week. So we don't have those conversations. Like no one.
That's what I'm saying. This is, to me, this is very piecemeal, and it's intended. I truly believe a lot of it was scrubbed, and a lot of it is actually missing the actual real conversation of what he said. And number one, she clearly feels comfortable enough to reach out and say, can I call you? Can I talk to you? What exactly did you say to her? Like, you're a big, let's put it this way, even from the perspective of you being a big name amongst the Ummah, and like, as a woman, you'd be like, okay, he's probably busy. He's got a wife. I would feel uncomfortable calling a married man and having him message me late at night.
Now, 2 o'clock in the morning, Mohammed Hijab is sending her message.
That's what I'm saying.
That's not even like emergency message, call 99 or something. It is like, just not.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, what the messages? See what he just told on himself. Like, honestly, Mohammed Hijab, just stop. Just say, you know what? Yeah, I did, and so what? There's nothing you can do about it, because this is. But again, you would lose your westernized platform that you try to declare that Muhammad was the first feminist or whatever. You would lose that, and you keep trying your best to to try to convey that to the West. And honestly, even in this, you as a married man, if you were quote unquote just innocently just having a conversation, literally my conversation hours are at a certain time. And if you are a married man and you contact me, you better be dead, dying, or just gone. Okay, don't call me after a certain hour, because I don't want my good to be evil spoken of, as the Bible states. So what you're conveying, just by the timestamps and the fact that you were conversing with this young lady late night hours. So like, let me assume that you're married to one wife right at that point. You're in bed with your wife, rolling over to message her. And it couldn't have waited. Matter of fact, you have a feature on your cell phone to where you can schedule a message. So you could have scheduled that for the next day, 9 or 10 o'clock. But see, this is why I can't believe what you're telling me, sir. You're lying and signifying.
Okay. Because he's a hypocrite. Okay, so let's continue. So apparently from all these texts, they figure out she's stalking him. Poor Mohammed Hijab. He's suffering to reading all these messages.
Oh, where is Barry? This is Barry number.
No, I think it's the wrong number that you dialed.
Oh, no, it's Barry number.
I wanted to have kids. I wanted to take care of myself.
Okay, so they just wanted to confirm for us the texts they are showing us is from her phone, okay?
Yeah, but what does that even signify, though? What does that mean?
As viewers can observe, the voice and accent clearly match that of the individual in the video. The following is without a doubt from these messages. 1. She is persistently initiating contact with Hijab. She proposes a Misyar-type marriage to him, in which she even acknowledges that she can be divorced if things don't work out.
Where is it coming that there was nothing? Sister, did you pick up which message that indicating she was asking for Misyar?
That was on page not at all.
I didn't read any message that she was asking Mohammed Hijab for Misyar. There was nothing. She was just talking generally. She was talking generally about like, okay, I don't care that much about if I'm gonna be second wife or third wife. All I am concerned is like, I want this Muslim godly religion's husband who is gonna do his duties. And if the wife finds out about me, and if he wants to cut me off, that's fine. Like, there is nothing approaching Mohammed Hijab in those texts. I didn't pick that up. I don't know. Maybe because Mohammed Hijab is sending messages at 2 a.m. in the morning, when he's reading those messages, he's saying, oh, she loves me. She wants to please me, blah, blah, blah.
No, he picked up daffodil. No, he picked up a daisy and like, she loves me. She loves me now. She loves me. She
2 o'clock in the morning in November, there is no daisy, sister.
Well, he went to the grocery store and got one. Oh my goodness. See, this is why you should not. This is the worst, sir. Like, this is the worst, that you could try to defend yourself from an anonymous channel. Just stand up. Say it with your chest. We've seen it. We've seen it out in
Yeah,
public.
do this, I'm saying.
You put your chest out in public, you might as well stand on what you did. Stand 10 toes down. You guys were laughing about in a live stream that you could lie to your first wife to have another wife, and there's nothing they can do about it, because like you told those women that hey, we don't care about your opinion because this is what the prophet has said that you can do. But again, this lets me know Mohammed Hijab, and this is why the Bible is so true. The reason he won't come out and tell the truth, because he's suppressing the truth and unrighteousness, and it would expose him.
Messed up. Overall, on those text messages which we've seen, there was nothing indicating she was asking Mohammed Hijab for Misyar. There was nothing indicating that. I don't know how this AI Mohammed Hijab, with his brave face and then his brave arms, strong arms, came to that conclusion. I really don't know.
She said that she was vulnerable and desperate. That's why. But go ahead. Sorry.
But that doesn't mean like, oh, I want to have Misyar with you.
Willing to give up on equal rights. Hijab in response warns her again.
This computer sometimes stresses me so much.
Hijab explains to her that heartbreak is very likely if she continues down this path. At no point does Hijab express any interest in this woman. 3. The messages from this woman are long, emotional, and copious. In contrast, they are met with 1 or 2 word responses from Hijab. His tone and approach throughout remain professional and distant. 4. Things escalate when she begins to make accusations and slander against Hijab. At this point, mediators attempt to communicate with her in the hope of finding a resolution. What will be presented next offers a chilling and repugnant glimpse into her mindset.
I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to annihilate him, give him cancer, atoms in his body, his cells, his work, the work, all the work he's done. Ya Allah, I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to spread it. I asked Allah to make the freeze blood in his veins. I made dua on him before. And I was in Thuluth al-Akhir min al-Layl, and I was like, how much I cried that time.
She makes disturbing remarks about Hijab's children.
Does he have any children, any kids himself?
Yes, and I'm making dua on them as well.
Making dua on his children as well?
Yes. Their atoms, their cells, their bodies.
There's certain things that you're saying, like, making dua against his children Islamically, this is not correct,
With all due respect to yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have respect for you and all that.
Absolutely.
So far, according to what I have, maybe there's something I have to look into, but so far I think that I have 100% permission to do that.
So you're saying you have evidence for this, to do this?
Like, what do you mean, sorry?
So this Islamically, like you're saying that...
I just, I have to, you make dua against everything that this person has,
And uses phrases such as shaking hands with the devil.
If no one would like to get me help with this, I would go to the most vile of the vilest of the... I'm in a public place, right? I have no problem even being hand-to-hand with shaitan to getting this up.
She goes as far as to request a mubahala, while simultaneously expressing a willingness to shake hands with the devil, which naturally raises serious doubts about the sincerity and validity of her request. Conclusion. This is a neurotypical woman exhibiting obsessive tendencies who has acted in a desperate and groveling manner. She has manipulated American journalists, individuals who have already been shown much of this evidence, yet none of them have produced any evidence from her side at all.
Sister?
Yeah, I think she's Moroccan.
So if going and interacting with Shaitan is disturbing, right? It should be troubling you, and you probably like basically you're disregarding her testimony because she's willing to go to the lengths of Shaitan, right? I'm just curious. Yeah, to shake hands. But what about when like Satan put words in Muhammad's mouth? Does that disregard his testimony, or how does that work? Or is it just
That's called miracle of Islam, so we don't touch that.
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, just want to make sure.
But like, I guess the point here is because she's so emotionally damaged by what's happening and how Muslims are handling this.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, because this daughter, because she said something that's like, I heard some of in Morocco people say those phrases. So she's hurt so much and she doesn't feel she's getting justice.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, she's speaking so much with her emotions.
Yeah.
But that should not discredit someone's testimony.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
You go to the court hearings where people are sharing something happened to them, and because it affects them so much, they cry as they talk about it. They use swearing words as they share what happened to them. That should not discredit someone's testimony. In this occasion, she's like, well, no one is helping me. I am begging for help. Something has happened and I feel this is not right. I want this to be exposed. If it is necessary to go to bed with Shaitan, I'll do that as well until I get justice. Versus Muslims are reading this and saying, oh, this is the sign. And that like text messages we saw, it's only within 3 months, okay? And
Yeah,
Muslims,
what happened to all the rest of the communications?
yeah. What happened to the phone calls Mohammed Hijab did for her? What happened that 2 o'clock messages he sent her and it took 2 days for her to get back to that 2 o'clock in the morning message.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so they are looking at her testimony and then they're like, oh no, this is all because she just wants to destroy Mohammed Hijab. Mohammed Hijab is like so handsome, so good, so just like, oh, man of my dreams or nightmares.
Was this the person that was tied to Elon Musk? Like, whatever happened to that? So many people are after him, like Elon Musk.
I think that's the guy. That's the guy, journalist guy in Texas. So because like this Texas guy exposed that, so now they're, well, we can't trust this guy because this guy have ex-wives, all that kind of thing. Let's go through.
Quran tells us, produce your proof if you are truthful. And the Hadith states,
yeah, she's saying like, okay, let's have the curse matching and then see who is truthful. And Mohammed Hijab, what does Mohammed Hijab do? Because he's so brave, he just goes to AI and then makes respond from AI from different YouTube account, which has only one video. And that video is for the defense of Mohammed Hijab.
Yeah, next time Mohammed Hijab, if we're going to create something like this, just make sure it has multiple videos that just cover like different things that happen within the Ummah, or even like us, you call us Islamophobes, which we're not. We just like the Islama exposed. That's what we are, okay?
Or just like be brave, put your face up and then just tell everyone what really happened and then share all those messages.
Yeah.
or what can be asserted without evidence can be rejected without evidence. Furthermore, this individual took...
I just don't understand how come woman's test, actually I do understand in Islam woman's testimony is nothing but like they don't see testimony as evidence. You go to court today and then tell them you got raped. As long as you don't say, oh, I got raped by Muslims. If you say that, you need to provide lots of evidence. But the moment you say I'm raped, they count that as evidence. That testimony is evidence.
her fabricated narrative to Mr. Mohammed Tarawne, widely known as Sheikh Mohammed of Speaker's Corner, repeating the very same story she had already peddled to certain journalists.
If something, if there is something happened, and so-called Sheikh Mohammed from Speaker's Corner stepped in to justify it, you know 100%. Actually, you know 100 times 100% that Sheikh Mohammed is lying. You know why? Because the way he speaks and flirts with the Muslim woman at Speaker's Corner and his relationship with Mohammed Hijab. That's like.
However, upon closer examination of her baseless claims, and after being presented with the actual text messages highlighted in this video, Mr. Tarawne came to a sobering realization. He had been deceived. It became clear that the woman in question, whose real name is Bushra, not Aisha, as falsely presented, had misled him entirely.
So here's the thing. There are lots of people who don't want to put their real name on internet. There's nothing wrong with that. Ali Dawah goes out with fake name. Mohammed Hijab is out with fake name. So how come? Because, oh, she didn't share her real name, therefore it's full of deception. Why on earth just put her full name on YouTube right now to put her life in danger?
Didn't he just send... Sorry, go ahead.
Mohammed Hijab's gangs went into the house of Muslims and break into the houses. So now they are telling her full name. They are telling her full name on internet, and it's very easy. You can figure out where is she from. And from previous messages, you will see like, oh, there's a communications that she was living close to the Mohammed Hijab's area. So it's not very difficult for people to figure out who this woman is. And in
I went for the past them to give out her address.
Yeah, now they are putting her life in danger.
No, it's not. They're just sharing.
It's called doxing. They are doxing her and putting her life in danger.
It's an information share.
Sorry?
It's an information share, sister.
What kind of information share this is? Police shared my address. People break into my places. This is not information sharing.
Yeah, no, I know.
Someone's life in danger. This so-called man who is hiding behind computer doesn't even bother to show his face, and then Mohammed Hijab using this AI to just simply do debunk of what the claims are. They are putting the life of this woman in danger.
Maybe the UK police will get on this because this was done online. Maybe he'll serve 18 months in jail for this.
No, he won't serve.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
Two-tier care strikes again. So yeah.
This is serious. They are putting her life in danger intentionally.
No, and that's what I was about to say. He has his little thugs that go around and that they attack whoever disagrees with him. I mean, this is very reminiscent of your poultry piss poor prophet who attacked people who didn't agree with him. So once again, Mohammed Hijab, if you were any type of a man and if you were proud, like I see again in the messages, what will your friends think? So you're more concerned about what men think. That seems pretty, you know what? In Western culture, we call that pause. That gives us great pause because you're worried about what men think of you as opposed to you being a man and standing on what it is that you did. You need to stand, as we say, 10 toes down on what you did, own it, and then say, yeah, so what? I did do that. And that is halal.
Mohammed Hijab has gangs. I like, if the lady Aisha is watching, go to police and then seek for protection. Not only protection for yourself, also for your family. Mohammed Hijab has gangs, okay? They will come after you to shut you up because of probably, since Mohammed Hijab is so innocent, I'm sure like 100% everything is your fault. Not only come after you, but they will also come after your family. That's how it works in the gangs of Mohammed Hijab. Okay, we are dealing with the live sport of my laptop again.
Shaitan, he's in your laptop.
With the actual text messages highlighted in this video, Mr. Tarani came to a sobering realization. He had been deceived. It became clear that the woman in question, whose real name is Bushra, not Aisha as falsely presented, had misled him entirely. Let us now listen to his own words and witness the moment this deception is laid bare.
Yeah, I would like to express once again, anything comes out from this man's mouth is very big possibility false. I have seen the interaction he has with Muslim woman at Speaker's Corner. Even as a Christian woman, I think that's very inappropriate. But yeah, because this is the body of Mohammed Hijab and Ali Dawa, so he's gonna step up to speak and defend the innocency of Mohammed Hijab, his innocent self.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Brother Mohammed Hijab. I ask Allah Azza wa Jal that you are well. I am contacting you regarding the case of Sister Bushra. I just wanted to mention to you, Akhi, that I was dragged into this situation and I have nothing to do with this matter. And as they say, I have no dog in the race in this matter at all. Also, in the same time, I just wanted to acknowledge that I was kind of misled. I should have paid attention to all the details before dealing with it. But anyway, at the end of the day, it is a mistake which I wanted to apologize. My sincere apologies to you, Akhifullah, about it. By the way, inshallah ta'ala, I will be always, inshallah ta'ala, your brother. And if you need any help or support or anything, inshallah ta'ala, just let me know, inshallah. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
One must ask.
So how is this proves that she deceived him and lied to him? Nothing. Like he didn't express, oh, she told me this, actually now I figured out this is lie. She told me this and I figured out this is lie. Nothing. Only thing we got from him, that name of the lady, that's it. That's it.
Yeah, he just said, oh, I have no dog in this fight, or he.
But like, what is it? What is it that he's apologizing for? What is it that expressed that, oh, he figured out he's deceived? Nothing. Like, where it comes, other things like, why is that like become fashion? You call someone for apology or for something else, and then you get recorded, and then your recording goes up on YouTube. And this, like, he's talking to so-called, in this clip, he's saying, hi, Mohammed Hijab. So he's talking to Mohammed Hijab. So Mohammed Hijab is recording him for the apology. But what is the apology for? Oh, because I fall into deception. She said this, and we figured out this is not the right.
But did they really, or did Mohammed Hijab come to him over the top, being upset, and like, I'm going to expose you? You know how he likes to threaten people. You're finished.
Yeah, but we don't know. The thing is, there is nothing in that recording that, like, less than a minute recording indicates she lied to so-called Sheikh Mohammed. There is nothing brings up the fault of the lady. There is nothing. All we have is like, oh, he did something, and then Mohammed Hijab is upset about it, and then he just like, oh, I'm sorry, baby. That's all it is.
Yeah, well, let's go forward and see what other shiny gold nuggets that they released to us that they've been exposed.
One are American bloggers known for their fixation on gossip and for targeting American duat.
My computer is just so...
in a matter rooted.
Okay.
American duat like Omar Suleiman and Yasir Birjas suddenly involving themselves in a matter rooted in the United Kingdom? What exactly compels their intrusion? A clue may lie in a voice note where one of these bloggers tells Mohammed Hijab that he is cornered, all while admitting there is a lack of concrete evidence.
Okay, so here's the other problem they have. They don't have any problem that Mohammed Hijab abused this woman or claim that Mohammed Hijab abused this woman. They've got no problem with that. They've got problem that a Muslim who lives in America is dealing with what is happening in UK.
Yeah.
That's their problem. So I cannot talk about what is happening in America with David Wood or with others. Apparently that's your limit. Then you ask a question like, why Mohammed Hijab or Ali Dawa or all that gangs spend their time to attack Muslims in Middle East, scholars in different parts of the world?
But didn't they say at the beginning of this video that bloggers helped them with this video from the US? Okay, I guess it's only okay when they do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They have live streams attacking others, but someone just exposes their sin or someone expresses what they have done. They are not happy about it. That causes stress to Mohammed Hijab.
Let's just, you know what? I'm just going to give this to you, and perhaps this might work.
It's playing.
But sound is not coming.
Oh.
Yeah, I can see time is moving, but sound is not coming.
Her voice, أخي. يعني we saw what we needed to see, and once
okay, let's press from here.
If you don't answer me, خلاص قدر الله, whatever. What am I going to do? But at the same time, she needs to have her voice, أخي. يعني we saw what we needed to see, and once she moves forward with the Islamic Council of the UK, and once she asks for those list of witnesses, and once they present themselves and they don't, we already know what we're going to do afterwards. So كده وكده معلش يعني you've been cornered.
The speaker explicitly states, you've been cornered. But this raises a crucial question. Why would anyone genuinely interested in truth or justice speak in terms of cornering? Is that the language of an impartial seeker of facts, or of someone driven by a different agenda? Let us listen further.
On the other hand, and I need you to also understand this, I'm not going to be quiet. Every single one of us has been burned by religious, powerful figures because of whatever reason. And unfortunately, when they get that ibtila of a shuhra, becoming famous, unfortunately, the vast majority start to engage in wrong behavior. And I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He protects you from that. I'm not saying that you did it. I'm just asking questions so that you can help us, so that we can help you at the end. But again, I get it. You don't trust us. You don't know who we are. We could just turn around and basically backstab you and betray you. I understand that, and I would probably be hesitant as well if I was in your situation. So I don't know what else to do. I'm just giving you a lifeline. If you want to have a video chat with me, if you want to get to know me, if you want to just, you know what, maybe that's what it will take for you to feel comfortable with me. Ahlan wa sahlan.
In this segment.
Okay, so what we have here is guys getting in touch with Mohammed Hijab and saying, okay, this is what is happening. What is your response? You've got to respond to this. We cornered you. And what is faceless Mohammed Hijab does in his response is, oh, I can see they don't care about truth. Why? Because they said we cornered you. They figured out all the things you've done, Mohammed Hijab. You've got nothing to hold on. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Now you can just abuse them and then all those kind of things, threat them. Yeah.
Yeah, Mohammed is he's trying to, again, everybody is lying except you. You are the true victim. And what else? Yeah, somehow she pursued, yeah, you're totally innocent. You're 100% innocent. She pursued you, but again, we don't see those exchanges in that text message. We don't see any of these exchanges. Again, you're bleaching everything. But again, you're exposing yourself because you're a married man messaging a single woman at 3 o'clock in the morning, 2:51. Get it together. Gather yourself, sir, because you're lying.
Abu Ayya lays bare his motivations. He openly admits that both he and his associate, who happens to be Dunya Shwaib's ex-husband, have been burnt by religious figures. This is not the language of objective inquiry. It is the language of grievance. It suggests that behind veils, an organization with opaque funding sources and dubious methods is not operating upon the ethical standards of Islam, such as due process or the burden of proof. Instead, it is propelled by personal vendettas and emotional baggage. Notably, Dunya Shwaib's ex-husband exhibits a staggering double standard. On one hand, he demands the public disregard the serious accusations made by his ex-wife due to a supposed lack of evidence. Yet, on the other hand, he sees no need for evidence when it comes to discrediting Mohammed Hijab. The inconsistency is glaring.
I want to point out something. When someone expresses what is the reason they are dealing with these things, or because we've seen what these famous Dawa gangs do. For example, what Umar Hussein did, how he was flirting with a woman who wasn't his wife, or how other Muslims were asking to kids and their mothers to send up their like inappropriate pictures. So that's abuse. We have seen those things, and some of those things caused relationships to be broken. Therefore, this is my priority. When these things happens in the Ummah, I want to talk about it. I want to expose if there is wrongdoing. That doesn't mean, oh, I am starting in the position you made a mistake, you sinned, and you need to repent, or you made a mistake, you need to fix it. That doesn't mean that. That means simply I am looking into these things because I have in person, I have seen the consequences of this in my life or in the life of my beloved ones. Just like, seriously, this AI is like really stupid. Can't even put together arguments to defend Mohammed Hijab. But let's hear, like, where is the part about Misyar? Did they have sex in hotels? Was he asking to lady, okay, let's be my like sex wife? Oh, let's be my this, like, come to that part.
Because remember, he said,
sorry?
Remember, he said he can see, like, before they marry, he's allowed to see all of the woman, right?
To the hole, yeah. Onto he needs to check the holes.
Everything.
Yeah.
So if he's able to, I mean, where did those conversations go? Because he said he likes to see what he's before he gets it.
Yeah.
These are your words, sir. So this is the cleanest text message exchange, and then this guy is coming along saying, oh, well, this is grievances. No, because people with larger platforms amongst the Dawah, they get to do whatever they want because they have the numbers behind them. And
that's for all I think for all groups. We get to see that in like in different groups as well. People who's like, there is always abuse. But
yes,
in this case, like the way to respond to abuse is like very disgusting. So, but
to double down on it.
Yeah. Let's see if like, let's hear about if the Misyar marriage happened, if they met in a hotel, and then if he checked the holes, if he did like told her, okay, let's have sex marriage. Yeah, let's look at that part. Let's look at the part where they did the nikah as like husband and wife, but it turned actually no, this is Misyar, this is all Islamic. Like the point she's focusing on her testimony is those parts. Let's look at that part.
Less an advocate for accountability than it is a vehicle for personal retribution.
This
we're almost there, sister. I know. I'm praying that.
This computer is so lucky that
praying that I can get you a hard drive and a laptop one of these days.
This computer is so lucky it's land.
Personal retribution. Its mission appears rooted not in sincerity, but in a desperate attempt to undermine influential duat, motivated perhaps by the bitterness of failed relationships and the bruising of fragile egos. The message is clear. This is not dawah. This is defamation masquerading as activism. As we have observed, The woman leveling accusations against Mohammed Hijab appears to be either deeply unwell or consumed by malice. In an age where tens of thousands of innocent children are being slaughtered in Palestine, where the Ummah is united in supplication for the oppressed, we find her shockingly directing dua against defenseless, blameless children. Such behavior reveals not just a lack of moral compass, but a disturbing level of malignant narcissism, an evil so profound it casts a long shadow over her credibility. It forces any reasonable observer to ask, is this the conduct of a sincere truth seeker or of someone plagued by psychological instability and in need of psychiatric care?
Mohammed Hijab in the past and in present still suing lots of people for what is the term? Defamation
of character, yes.
Yeah, he's suing lots of people. He's making proper big money because we've got very, very idiot politicians and judging system in UK. So if she's lying, if the behind the veil organization is lying, and if this is defamation, just take legal action. Take legal action.
But before you go any further on this, just notice how he tried to, and this is something that occult leaders do. They try to minimize their sins, but trying to make it a bigger issue to eclipse the actual problem at hand. And so what he's doing, he brought up Palestine.
I was going to talk about.
Wasn't that Palestine happening when you were talking about looking at naked women's holes? Was that that was happening then? But was that also happening when you were talking about spitting game, quote unquote, to women and trying to basically manipulate them out of their panties? Was that happening then? Oh, so now it's, and honestly, this is obviously your voice, but in AI. Dude, this is the worst. Even your inflection is in this. So whoever created the video either used your voice and said, let's do it this way. Sir, do better next time, because this is the worst ever that I've seen. To like, it's like you hiding your face. It's like you hiding your face with like a clear piece of plastic.
So here's the thing. I asked a woman who's got a daughter to have sex with me in hotels, and I deceived her into it. And now she's very upset because she was not happy with the deception. She decided 4 months ago she's going to make a video about this and then bring it to the public. Once I figured out, oh, I'm going to make a video and tell the world, people are after me because they want to just like, they see how powerful I am. They want to destroy me. Okay? And meantime, well, while I am supporting terrorist organizations such as Hamas, meantime, I want to talk about how to check the woman's proportions, how to check their holes, giving advice to people like, yeah, go and have wife, and you don't even need to tell your wife, like, I owe you nothing. This is all Islamic. You abuse all these kind of things, or not abuse, actually, you practice all these Islamic kind of things. And now once your sins are being exposed, not your sins are being exposed, now what it is? Oh, people, Ummah, wake up. We have bigger problems. We've got terrorists in Palestine, and those terrorists are being murdered. Those terrorists went into the land and kidnapped women and raped women, murdered kids, elderly, burned human beings. That's what we need to focus. We need to focus the well-being of these terrorists. Meantime, this not poor woman, actually, like, because she knows like this is Islamic and she's still stuck in Islam. She wants to fight her way. Oh, he had sex with me and he hasn't paid to me. He deceived me. Even in Muta, you get money. But I had Misyar, I get zero money. And
no.
It's not fair.
Yeah, and honestly, when you listen to her testimony, you could hear
not only that part, I forgot the part where like Mohammed Hijab says, "Don't worry, I'm not gonna make you pregnant. I'm gonna have you I'm gonna have sex with you in a way that you are not gonna become pregnant."
Okay, so he gonna.
4:24. So that moment is already treating them the way they were told to treat the woman of Surah 4:24, and she was quite okay with that until, well, no check, no money. Well, this is not acceptable.
I know, she's like, she probably had to pay the hotel fee to get he left her with the bill.
Because she talks about like, we can't go out at the same time because we don't want people to see us all. But anyway, the point is, we need to forget all those things. I didn't pay her. I didn't do all the things I promised her. I intentionally deceived her. All this. We forget about these things. Now we need to focus on our terrorist brothers in Palestine.
For her, come to Sister K. If you gonna be in Islam, let me just teach you how to at least, increase your portfolio. You never do Misyar. That's a no-win situation. He probably left her with the bill. Like, he probably left because he's married. He had to go home. So he probably left. And then, like, in the morning, the bill gets slid under the hotel room door. And she had to pay it. Oh, my gosh. But
like, very sad. Like, very basic principles, okay? You are Muslim or you are non-Muslim. You do not marry with someone whose family you have not met. Very basic human principles. You never reply or text someone as a single man or single woman, or like married man or married woman. You don't text someone who is not your wife or your husband at 2 a.m. in the morning. Like, in this occasion, like like Sister K said, like, he's like turning in the bed 2 o'clock in the morning, grabbing his phone, and then like, what should I remember Aisha, even her proportions, I remember. Let me check what was our last text message.
And the circumference of her home.
Yes. I love her knowledge on Islam. Yeah, potential sex wife in a hotel.
Wow. Wasn't she? I mean, again, this is, what, and let's go back, because she said she was doing dawah with 10 different sisters.
Yeah.
She was doing all the things, quote unquote, for the ummah, that she would be seen as a virtuous woman in, I guess, in Islam. But this lets you know, no matter what you do in Islam, no matter how much of a, quote unquote, woman of the ummah you are, you're always going to just be seen as
She will
I was gonna say a warm, wet, but you know what? I won't say that.
I don't know what's that, but like toilet paper is a good example in here.
I mean, toilet paper actually, people can't live without toilet paper. We found that out a couple years ago.
No. Go to the mosque in Michigan, sister. They can.
Oh yeah, stones. Odd number of stones.
Rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's disturbing. It is very much disturbing. But of course, as it's been expressed earlier, we don't care about that. All we want to care about our terrorist brothers in Palestine. Our terrorist brothers are being murdered. Our terrorist brothers are getting fat and fat. The ones who didn't get murdered.
Multi-billionaires, the ones. Did he mean his Palestinian brothers, the ones that are in Dubai, or did he mean the ones that are, living in penthouse suites in Dubai, or the ones actually on the Gaza?
Istanbul, or we've got like one of them like living in England. His second house is in Turkey. Anyway, yeah. So like, it's just anyway. But like, I want to point out, like, even like when I forgot. I'm getting old. I should start sending messages to my non-married brothers at 2 a.m. in the morning.
Oh gosh.
3 o'clock actually, 1:56 a.m. 1:56 a.m. If you are getting text message from me, you know what it means, brothers.
Oh no, Lord, no.
Her conduct irreparably undermines the seriousness of her claims. When one's actions so clearly
See, even my computer can't take it. Let me just do it again. Go back.
Accusations cannot, actions so clearly betray a disregard for truth, compassion, and justice. Their accusations cannot, must not be treated as credible. I'd like to close this video with an open and direct challenge to the American Muslim bloggers who amplified and legitimized the false claims against hijab. Present a single piece of concrete evidence, just one romantic message, one voice note, one email, one expression of interest from hijab to this woman. And as hijab has done, ensure that whatever you produce is directly and verifiably linked to him. If you cannot do this, then have the humility to acknowledge that no such evidence exists and that you have acted rashly, spreading unverified claims that have harmed another Muslim without due diligence. If you choose to remain silent or double down without proof, then understand your credibility within the Muslim community is at serious risk, not just for today, but until the day of judgment. And let us not ignore the double standard at play. When making accusations against his ex-wife, Dunya Shwaib, this same individual insisted on providing voice notes and other forms of tangible evidence. Yet, in Hijab's case, he has inexplicably lowered the evidentiary standard, repeating at least twice in his message that her word is her evidence. If that is the bar now, if simply making a claim is enough, then by that same logic, we should also accept the serious allegations made against him by his ex-wife without demanding evidence or explanation. But we don't, and we shouldn't, because as Muslims we are commanded to uphold justice, not emotional loyalty or convenience. If her word is her evidence is enough for him, then he must be prepared to live by that principle consistently, even when it turns against him.
Okay, here's the question. Did Mohammed Hijab's AI help? Told us anything about Misyar marriage?
No, it's actually it's deflection, a great distraction. And now he's trying to deflect to this guy's ex-wife. He's trying to deflect to
ex-wives. Like you got clips where she's flirting with Omar Suleiman. It's very, very improper. That lady is just anyway.
Which one?
Different topic, sister. This guy's behind the veils guy's ex-wife.
Oh my!
And that her wife is like all over YouTube. His wife is all over YouTube. She's like she's got some relationships with Yasir Qadhi's mosque stuff.
So sharing is caring in Islam.
Yeah. So did you pick up anything that mentions Mohammed Hijab is denying this sex marriage?
He did not vehemently deny anything. If you accuse me of something that I did not do, I'd be like, that never happened. I never interact. I don't even know this person. Like, but what you did, Mohammed, you actually solidified that there was interaction between you and this lady. There was not only interaction, there was inappropriate late night interactions with you and this woman.
Early morning, not late night.
No, when we say like in the U.S., when we say late night, it's pretty much between what I'd say 11 to like 4 or 3 in the morning. Like that's what we mean late night. But early in the morning, late night, you're having these exchanges with this young lady that's is single, that is vulnerable and desperate, and so you're having these exchanges. She actually had her eyes on somebody else. But to me, in my personal opinion, she had her eyes on Mohammed Hijab and was entertaining him. And just like, and I don't know, guys, this is going to be insight as to what some women will do. They will ask you advice about somebody and will give you different scenarios in hopes that you'll be like, oh, no, that's not the case. Or let me help you with that and explain this to you. And eventually that you would entertain them as a potential. But I'm not saying, hey, maybe she did, maybe she didn't. Maybe she was looking at this one guy. But again, giving attention to this married man, him giving attention to you, you're not denying anything, Mohammed Hijab. You have not, matter of fact, he
didn't even address anything.
He didn't address anything. He's like, Palestine, I stubbed my toe.
Staying in a hotel is one night over 100 pounds in England. over 100 pounds. And if she paid for those hotel bills,
Yeah.
yeah, poor
Because
lady.
he can't have it on his credit card. You think about it, like if he gets his bill or the bill comes online, right? And then your wife she goes to pay it and say, "Oh yeah, I put gas on the bill." And then you got all these hotels.
No, you
She's
don't.
like,
No, sister. Maybe it's on the what is the thing, like, you do work and then they say like, okay, you come
"Oh, it's
here.
on an executive account." The
No,
business
no. Like you do something and then they say, okay, if you do this, we will reimburse you from work.
reimburse you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe he maybe he's so generous, man. He provided for her for the some of the hotel bills, and then put it in his work account so that the company refund the money to him. We never know, but it seems like she was upset because she's not being paid for sex.
She wasn't being compensated for her services.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say what that sounds like, but I do know some women who have a motto, and this may go over some people's head, which I hope it doesn't, in the sense that they say, "Don't let your underwear beat your hand." Okay, in other words, stick out your hand first before you get rid of your underwear. I think she missed that motto because that's nothing more than prostitution. You're a free prostitute.
Misyar is not good for business of the woman because in Misyar you don't get any money.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Just go for muta. You get money in muta. Anyway, this is the clip. She put it for the clarification purpose. Let's listen. She's clarifying something. If my computer gets out of life support, come on, computer. Press it again. Pause it. Press it.
While we're silent, saints, just pray. Pray for her computer.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على رسوله الكريم والحمد لله رب العالمين. This is to give further clarification to the video we just posted about my case with Mohammed Hijab. The purpose from this mubahala is to prove my statements about the terms and the promises he gave me before the marriage and to my father as well were completely different from what he asked from me after the marriage. Prove that he actually was convincing me with those crazy details and he wanted to continue in the marriage and he didn't want me to go ahead with the divorce. This marriage didn't last for long. It was extremely short. We just met the first time to consummate the marriage. As soon as things started showing up and unveiling, I argued with him about that, and you have to speak to my family and so on, and things started gradually escalating and him convincing me of things, new terms and so on. I decided to meet him for the second time to have that conversation face to face and have everything clarified so I have no doubts, no confusions. That's exactly what he wanted. And in fact, divorce happened straight after the second meeting. Marriage was extremely short, but the damage he has caused me and my child was great. And it lasted for years. The years before the marriage, prior to the nikah, of our interactions, while clearly he had absolutely no serious intentions, and the damage that happened after the divorce, which has caused me great trauma. The mubahala is to prove that before the marriage, he promised me that this is a mutual emotions-based marriage. We're going to have our marital home. We're going to have kids. Forever marriage, a real marriage. I'm meeting your family later on. Going to practice all his marital duties as a real man, real husband, real guardian, real protector. We're having kids, taking kids to school, bringing the grocery home. He promised my father that me and my child are an amana, trust around his neck. Dignity, care, love, religion, real relationship, real marriage. Only two things I have agreed to are he didn't want me to go and let his other wife know because he had another second wife previously and she did inform his other wife and created an extremely horrible, chaotic situation. And therefore he wanted to avoid that.
Poor Mohammed Hijab. Even though they had only few sexes, in a hotel, all that kind of things.
He's scared of his wife, though.
Now,
I think he's lying.
dear Aisha, one of conditions for this sex life is you never go to my wife and then tell her about you. If you see her, just pretend you are friends, but don't mention me. I don't want her to know. Why? Because previously, one of my second wives, one of them, went to and introduced herself to my first wife. She got crazy. I get no breakfast in bed. Life was so difficult. I couldn't find my socks. I don't want to go through that thing again. So conditions for our sex marriage in a hotel is you keep yourself like a ghost. Don't ever mention anything to my wife.
So, okay.
And she agreed on that.
But if I understood this correctly, if this is what Allah has allowed, right? Mohammed has allowed, why are you hiding? And why you know what? Why is there this expectation that
Sister, no, you are asking the wrong question.
allowed?
Allah doesn't turn up Muhammad's home and then wash the dishes. Allah doesn't turn up Muhammad Hijab's home and wash Muhammad Hijab's underwears. He doesn't find socks for Muhammad Hijab. He doesn't bring breakfast in bed for Muhammad Hijab. His wife, even though Allah is not much different from slave, but his wife does these things.
Oh, okay.
His life is gonna get like awful now. Where is my underwear? Where is my socks? Where is my food?
Can you imagine him now having to come home and this has been all over the internet and his wife number 1 is finding about wife 2.0 because he already had a second wife that didn't end well. So this is like the second wife. And
no, not second wife. This is many second wife.
Oh, dang, Hijab, you can't keep your women in check. No, I'm just joking.
Can't keep his woman in check. And probably he already told his wife, don't you believe me, wife? Do you want me to kick you out?
No, he's gonna like, what you gonna?
Everyone wants to be with me and you are upset. Don't I do my duties to you?
Yes, are you gonna believe me or your lying eyes? Which one is it?
Or do you want more toothpaste to put on your bruises? Or give me the credit card. You get no money from me. Go whoever you want to go. I'll just deny it. Yeah. I can simply say, you didn't, I wasn't satisfied by you. That's what Mohammed Hijab said to Aisha. I can simply say, I wasn't satisfied and then I divorced. That's what he can do to his wife, threaten to divorce.
Yeah, that
just breaks my heart. Like, probably like, no, like he's eating cold food, lots of McDonald's, and
no, sister. When I came to visit you, nope, that's not the case because he was eating at high-end hotels. So, nope. I'm not buying it.
Yeah, because
he's probably eating by himself though. He's eating alone, like with one tear rolling down his cheek as he has like the $300 steak.
No, probably just like
he has to eat ramen.
He was like, which other wife I should visit tonight? Who can make better steak for me?
And then not only that, you know, they can do all the things with women who aren't your wife because they're non-believers. So really quickly before we go further, what is the difference between how they treat women who are non-believers, right, with the right hand possessed versus their wives? What's the difference?
Sorry, say the question again.
What is the difference based on like just this right here? What's the difference between how he treated this woman versus how he would go out and say, get a prostitute? I mean, I guess price would be the only difference, but what would be the difference?
So with the prostitute, he has to pay. With the Misyar, like there's just like kind of dowry paid at the beginning, and then that's it. So you don't pay for the pleasure you receive. So prostitutes can make money, and in this occasion, well, she was kind of treated as free prostitute.
Wow. Okay, that's all I want to know. Play on.
The only secrecy I agree to is that I wouldn't personally
See, computer, you are no good. You are so lucky it's land, dear computer. Okay,
I wouldn't personally in person go and inform his other wife of the marriage. We have a marital home. It's natural that neighbors know we are married. We are a family. Like, I didn't agree to secret marriages. I didn't agree to hotel marriages. I didn't agree to sex marriages. The other thing I agreed to is I am going to give him discretion in regards to one thing, which is the night he's going to be spending over in our home with his kids with me. So he's going to be spending fewer nights over, and I don't even know when he's coming, but obviously he has taqwa and he's taking care of his family and he's coming over in the daytime. This was clear conversations we had and things that he confirmed and reassured me about and convinced me that those are his intentions, to take very good care of me and my child, like he promised to my...
So where are those text messages? Why Mohammed Hijab simply did not put those text messages to debunk? Why not? If she's stalking you,
Well,
put those messages. Tell the lady, like, show us the message, tell the lady, oh, I am happily married man. I don't think I should have a secret wife. I don't think I should have sex in a hotels.
yeah. Not only that, and going back to how she responded, she ready to high five Shaitan or whatever,
Yeah.
and dap him up or whatever need be to get him back. She does sound like a woman scorned. There's a saying about a woman scorned. I can't remember the saying, but there's basically nothing worse than a woman scorned. And she sounds like a woman who really thought that she really caught a good one in this guy who's known, he has money, he can, but these men are stingy. These men, because they didn't work for any of this money and they've just robbed the ummah of it, as well as governments, they're not going to give you money. And not only that, you said you didn't agree to it. Yes, you did. You agreed to it by meeting him at the hotel.
So she agreed as normal wife, second wife, secret second wife. Like, she's not gonna go, she's not in person gonna go to the first wife, but
Yes.
she did not agree on Misyar, free sex. That's not free sex, is like free, it's not.
Yes, there it is. Billy put it up there. He says, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. And she is on a warpath, and you mess with the wrong one, Mohammed Hijab. Man, he's gonna try to get his gaggle of goose gang members to bother.
He might get might get people MI fighting.
Yeah,
but he's not that great.
Yeah, hey, he's not that great, but you know what? When people do dark and wicked deeds, they're going to be exposed. That's what our Bible says. What's done in the dark will come to the light. And you have been portraying this pious Muhammad as a feminist, and he was the first feminist. And until Islam came along, women had no rights. And then when Islam left, women had rights, lefts, and uppercuts, and kicks in the stomach, whatever is need be. So again, this is exposing you. And I hope that the West learns that there's a two-faced reality to what Islam is about. And I'm not saying all Muslims, no, but I'm saying that the theology behind it. This guy is a Dawah member who is representing Islam at its finest.
Hard life for Mohammed Hijab.
I know. Strippers.
Father, we're going to have our marital home.
Correction, part-time. part-time strippers.
This is a real family, real marriage.
So she agreed on kind of real marriage in the condition of I'm not going to tell it your first wife. But he was like, oh no, you are woman like more for hotel sex. Remember, like in the first video where she was sharing her testimony, she said like he told you are right for the hotel sex, hotel marriage, sex marriage. Like he looks at her proportions and yeah, I can't take it further.
I'm telling you now, you would have got cut saying that to me. He would have showed up at Speaker's Corner with some stitches on him somewhere. You can't tell a woman you're good for
Marriage was halal. It was valid because the pillars of marriage, of nikah, like he promised to my father, we're going to have our marital home. This is a real family, real marriage based on mutual emotions. The shuyukh said is the marriage was halal. It was valid because the pillars of marriage, of nikah, were met. They were not happy about the other details. So I'm standing my grounds and I'm calling Mohammed Hijab for mubahala to prove that he had in fact married me and asked me only after the marriage that he's going to be coming over to the hotel ever after, wink wink, and we're going to have no home, and he's showing up with a mask every single time because he's a celebrity, and that he's not going to be talking to my family because he's not Islamically not obliged to. We're going to have no kids, no provision, no guardianship, nothing. What I have gone through has caused me great damage, and therefore I am here to face him and fight him about this. I have not consented to these details, and you have asked me to follow up on them.
Well, because I'm so famous, I'm going to have sex with you in a hotel. I don't want anyone to come and take selfie with me. So I'm going to put mask on every time when I come to a hotel. You just make sure you recognize me. You can recognize me from my what is this thing called? From this thing.
Biceps.
Yeah.
His biceps.
You can recognize me like I'm fat, all those kind of things, but I cannot take my mask because I'm so famous, you know.
You said you can recognize his second chin. He's like, I didn't recognize you. Let me put your face down. That's the second chin I knew. But wait, again, ma'am, you agreed to it every time he messaged you and said, hey, meet me at the, I don't know, the UK Holiday Inn or whatever.
They wouldn't meet in a Holiday Inn. There are better hotels, sister.
Ma'am, he's cheap. She's lucky if she even got that. Holiday Inn got free breakfast in the morning. That's the way he fed her, was Holiday Inn breakfast. Because they're free.
Daytime. There was a party she was talking about. He will come daytime. Probably like he doesn't want his first. Maybe he's got like other second wives. He doesn't like kind of I don't have enough time. I've got like already lots of wives. I don't have enough time. I just need like sex.
Daughter, Galatians 1:6-9. I'm gonna say I have to disagree with you. You said lovely religion of prostitution. She did not get paid.
She did not get paid.
She did not get paid. So
she gave him sex free.
Yeah, she gave she gave it up for free.
And
it's free.
It was a sex of Surah 424 where he's not gonna make her pregnant. And she didn't receive any money for it. But as it was expressed, maybe he was saying like, oh, I'll tell people I was not satisfied.
Yeah, like he came to the hotel. He's like, I got a business meeting for Hijab. Oh yeah, room, blah blah blah. You know, and she's been waiting there for like half of a day for him. We
already send upstairs like strawberries with chocolate and roses if you need anything. And Mohammed Hijab is like, no, I'm not gonna make her pregnant. I don't need those things. I'll just do the other parts.
Wait, he didn't give her anything. Like he just showed up on a Zoom call. It was just
and then the hotel room.
And that not only that though, remember she said he was supposed to show up at her house and spend time with her and her kids. But clearly you're getting a text message, hey, go to room such and such in this hotel across town. You're getting these messages. So
that's the text messages you send to the prostitutes, like when you have this one. Yeah.
No, you don't send. A prostitute should not have your number. You don't send that. You just show up as Mr. and Mrs. blah blah blah. So what he did was you agreed to it because you went. If you were so against it, matter of fact, the first time it happened, like, okay, don't let this happen again, sir. You're supposed to come to my house. My child is there, all the things. And then, but you kept going. I don't know anybody, and let me just give you guys some game.
He's so handsome.
Where?
He's so famous. Lots of scholars praises him.
That's what she said too.
Have you not seen his half-naked body? How could I say no to him?
Mohammed Hijab, the only way he could be cute if you squint really, really hard to the point that your eyes are closed. But again, she was caught up in they talk about him. And what does the Bible say about when the world speaks good of you? What is that? Well, that's what I thought of when I heard her say, oh, everyone speaks so well of him, blah, 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 blah. When the world speaks good of you, I would say you should run. You should run when the world speaks good of you.
Well,
but again,
she ran to the hotel and then got naked for Mohammed Hijab to come and
she was. Yeah,
she just ran the wrong direction.
But
the sad thing, I think, overall, this is she still identifies herself as Muslim.
Yeah.
She doesn't see anything wrong with it. She's okay. This is Islamic. She's just not okay that Misyar was not told before she signed the contract. She's not okay because it become free. That's like helpful for us to remember. In Mohammed Hijab's AI rebuttal, not only they are intentionally doxing her and putting her and her family in danger. That's very important. They are doing this to their very own. They are putting this woman's life in danger. Doesn't matter like how awful mistakes she made it. That doesn't mean her name and her personal details should be out on social media.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? This lets you know that I know men who were treated horribly by their wives. I mean horribly. And when the marriage parted, if someone would try to just say anything bad about them, they wouldn't allow it. Because at the end of the day, that was once upon a time the person that they loved, the mother of their children, right? This man is sending out a dog whistle for his little thugs to go after her. And that's what he's trying to do to shut her up. And he tried again, where's the Elon Musk attacks? Allegedly that were supposed to be there. But again, you're trying to cover up for your own sins. And you know what? And like I said, you know it's wrong. And that's what cracks me up about this whole thing is that you know it's wrong. That is why you're hiding behind AI. That is why you're lying and trying to pretend like, oh, she was okay with everything. And listen, let's just say this. Let's say that some of this is partially true, but you deceived her. You deceived her. And why does your religion, if it's all about the truth of Islam, why are you allowed to deceive people? If Allah is so great and Muhammad so awesome, why are you allowed to deceive people into following you, not only into a false marriage, but all the way into hell? Like, why are you allowed to do these things? Because Allah is not a real God. He's a demonic force. And how about I pray that this young lady, as she digs deep into the Islamic sources, that she leaves Islam, that she follows Jesus Christ, because he is a true husband to his bride, the church. who he gave himself a ransom to die for her, right? And that he is coming back, and he clothes. Matter of fact, he provides for his bride, as we see in Isaiah 61:10, that he clothes his bride with righteousness. Okay, and he's going to return for her. He died for her. He clothes her with righteousness, and he's soon to return for her, the bride that he loves.
Did
You
you
didn't get that?
Did you all pick that up? Christ clothes her with righteousness, not with the hotel bed sheets. Nope, with righteousness. Radical moderate. The rebuttal of Mohammed Hijab's video is in the YouTube channel called False Accusations, which has 291 subscribers, one video, and that's the only video in that channel Mohammed Hijab is putting out as a rebuttal. I was just just noticed something actually. So, title of the video is Troubling Story of a Stalker. One of the things is very important is if, let's say, sake of the argument, someone is sending you hundreds and hundreds of messages. I've got, for example, a couple of emails sometimes come in. They are very, very inappropriate. Or I identify them as very inappropriate. I don't reply to them and then start the conversation and then let the conversation go on. So, even though if, sake of the argument, if she is like harassing him and then sending him messages after messages, all you need to do is just ignore those messages. Because you received lots of messages and then you just like couldn't handle it anymore. And then therefore you say, okay, only way I can shut this woman down is I'll take her to the hotel room and then have sex with her. That's not how you work. Someone is stalking you, someone harassing you, someone is sending you inappropriate messages or having inappropriate communications with you. All you do is you do not respond. Just mute that person, like there is mute thing on text messages, not text messages, on like signal stuff. You can just mute people. You don't need that. You can block people, but you can't use the excuse, oh, he's not coming to even dealing with the Misyar part of anything, but you can't say, oh, because she was stalking me, she was sending me all those long messages about the Islamic tradition. I was calling her at 1 o'clock or 2 a.m. in the morning. I just like, oh, I can't go on with this. Therefore, I called her to hotel. And then we had sex in a hotel. And then we had more sexes and then more sexes so that she doesn't harass me anymore. That's just like.
Yeah, but again, notice everyone what he's not saying. Sister, you have a couple chats.
Yeah, I will deal with them in a bit once we kind
of. Notice what he's not saying. He's not saying, I never met this woman. She messaged me inappropriately. I never married her. I never met her at a hotel.
Not married. Sister, choose your words wisely. I never offered sex with her in a hotel. That's what we need to say.
Yeah, I never met her in a hotel for sex. I don't know this lady. Who is this crazy woman that's stalking me? He's not saying any of that. He's like, hey, there's a movie there's a movie where the dog gets easily distracted and the dog's like focused and the person goes, look, squirrel. And they look the other way. He's like, look, Palestine. Wait, you weren't worried about Palestine when you were creating these fake accounts? You weren't worried about Palestine. That happened in 2023, right? October 7th?
Yeah, Hamas terrorists entered Israel illegally, kidnapped, murdered, raped men and women and kids 2023 October.
Okay, well, this channel was created November 8th, 2023. Where was your concern then? And it was false accusations, UK. So you were making sure that you were covered in case anything came out from your behavior. See, again, you're playing with the wrong one, sir. You do not want this smoke from Sister K. Sir, you're lying. You're being exposed. And stop showing your messages if you're not going to show them all the way, because you literally are still exposing yourself because you are inappropriately messaging her. Good evening, Ann. Yeah, that was terrible. That I just can't believe. But go ahead. Thank you, Super Chatters.
Thank you very much. Bana bir email at bakalım. Thank you very much for your generosity. If you can drop me email on hatun@DCCI Ministries so we can keep in contact. Sometimes I need brothers and sisters in other part of the world to help me with discipleship of ex-Muslims, and then probably there will be a few different topics we can even discuss as well. But thank you for your generosity. And also thank you very much for your generosity, Daniel. I am not encouragement at all, but
he is not. She's not.
Okay, so takeaways. Don't meet with people who are not your husband in a hotel room. Don't send message to people at 2 o'clock in the morning, especially while you are sleeping next to your wife. Keep away from Islam, keep away from Mohammed Hijab, and find ways to help Mohammed Hijab to come up with proper rebuttals. This is just heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Probably, maybe he got like, oh, I got idea. You know, the reason we don't get to see his face and then we get to hear AI? Maybe by mistake, his wife was so angry, by mistake, lamp just dropped on his face and he's bruised now, and he doesn't want people to see it.
He's you know what? In quotation marks, he's clumsy.
I was thinking like by mistake the lamp just fall on him, but
yeah, at least 3 times. At least 3 times. Don't say 3, so she hit him a 4th. So, on accident. It was all.
Before that, you already broke like it's 434, but serious things. He puts out a rebuttal on a channel which is specially designed to make defense for him, yet we get to hear nothing about what he's done to women. We get to hear about nothing about Misyar marriage at all, and all is like very basic takeaway from that video is shut up, forget everything. He's the name of the lady, deal with the lady, because I'm gonna focus on what my terrorist brothers doing in Palestine. I full support the Hamas. Let's focus on that one.
But the sad part is you have a Muslim trying to cope in the chat. Aisha wasn't grown. She was a kid. Even are you calling Aisha a liar? Are you calling Mohammed a liar?
Okay, just guide me. What are you talking about?
BR, the person BR. He's trying to cope for Mohammed Hijab. He said to avoid fornication. It's marriage, Misyar. He is married, but not officially, to avoid fornication. He has her as wife. So here's the problem. It was the message right above that one that he left. Here's the problem. You can't look at a sister who wants to be an honorable wife, she already has a child. She wants somebody to help take care of her. And you just want to use her as a plaything. That's the problem. And this is the perversion of Islam. The fact that you're trying to justify this. It's not marriage. It's not even prostitution, because prostitutes get paid. She had to probably pay for those hotels. Like she's the worst prostitute this world's ever. You pay your Johns.
Okay, so what we have here is
yeah,
I forgot. I'm getting old.
Don't get too old, sis. But again, to avoid fornication, how about?
I was gonna say, yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead. You got it.
Okay, so This is what happens, okay? Mohammed Hijab sees this woman and then checks her proportions. And then he's got this lustful desire. But
Mhm.
he knows he can't just go to bed with her. Not in a kind of let's go and sleep together, but like go and have sex.
Yes.
So that like the moment he feels, he needs a label. Islam steps in and then Islam says, there is this label called Misyar. Would you like little bit of it? Everything, all these lustful desires, every sin that kind of growing in you will be all halal. Because you've got this label called Misyar.
Mm-hmm.
It is just marriage. But all is like, well, you are a man who needs sex. So
you got to pretend that she's your wife. Just play. You know what? When we were kids, I don't know.
Have to pay. Think about it. Like if you have a wife, okay, you've got to buy food, you've got to bring home milk,
No.
all these things. You don't even need to deal with that. This is Misyar.
No. I said play wife. So and when we were kids, we would play like house as kids. Like we were like 4 or 5, and we pretend like we'd have the toy kitchen there, and I pretend like I was making eggs, and my husband came from work, and we pretend to have dinner, and we had a child that was like one of our smaller siblings, and you nothing crazy, nothing perverted, but they're playing house in the sense that they're doing the physical act of what it means. And this is the depravity, and this is how you know this is not the religion of Yahweh. God took in the Bible marriage so seriously. It's a covenant that you become one, the two, not the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The two become one. Not the, ooh, I saw that one. She meets my proportions and my numbers, so I can add that one on. That's very serious. Not only that, the actual covenant that Jesus Christ, again, going back to Jesus Christ, is a covenant parallel to what marriage is. And the fact that you can just say, well, I looked at one, she looked I liked her proportions, so I'm going to pretend and play like I'm marrying her while I do absolutely nothing but just take her from hotel to hotel and just honestly disrespect somebody's daughter. That's somebody's child. Okay, I know she may not respect herself enough, but I'm going to try to show a little bit more respect than she did for herself and say, you know what, maybe this is why, not maybe, 100% sure why Islam is demonic, why it's opposed to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, because it mocks the holiness of what a marriage is. If you think that you can just look at a woman, lust after her, and then bed her and not even provide for her, I mean, at least even a pimp will require that you pay his prostitute. You better than, wow, pimps are better than Allah. Wow.
But Allah in Surah 24, Allah is acting like a pimp. That's different thing. But anyway, yeah, this is just messed up. But as Sister K expressed, there is this ideology of Islam takes the value and dignity of woman, and if they are doing this, they are using their woman free prostitute like a toilet paper from one hotel to another hotel. Imagine their attitude and their actions towards non-Muslims. And this is a woman who knows Islam. If they are doing this to the woman who knows Islam, what about the woman who don't know Islam?
Yes, the little girls that don't know.
Yeah, but it's like nothing is surprising. Yes, she's exposing Muhammad Hijab sins, but Islamically, does she have right to expose that? No, you need to cover the sin of your Muslim brother, all those kind of things. You are turning blind eye in Islam. But it's just like messed up. I'm at this stage, I guess we are all acknowledging it. This is Islamic, yet it is very bad. It is halal, but it is very harmful and very bad. And with doxing the lady and sharing her name, and like even I'm from Turkey. Even I could pick up where her accent is from, the phrases she uses. I'm just like, oh, well, this is like what people say in that part of the world. So you are doxing her, you give her full name out, and that means like, okay, gangs of Mohammed Hijab is after her and her family. It is not good, but nothing surprising. This is all Islam, and it is all very, very dangerous.
Yes.
All very dangerous. Thank you very much, Anne.
Thank you so much, Anne. I thank you. That's very kind words. These are the kindest words that I'll probably hear on Hatun's live stream because she's very mean to me, but hey, that's okay.
I'm very truthful, sister. I'm not like Mohammed Hijab who goes to the cameras and then says, "Oh, get the second wife. It's good. It's good for you. It's good for your wife. All that." And then send text message to the woman and then say, "Well, I think it is better that you become one wife to one man. You might get emotionally harmed." I don't like. I tell on your face, you know what I think about it. It's very, very rare if you hear me saying something behind you without telling you. So that's very rare, very rare. Probably I do it, but it is very, very rare. And when I do it, usually I get called out for it. So in that point, I think it's helpful to identify, yeah, Sister K is not very nice person. She knows that.
At least that's the truth coming out. I appreciate that. If you hear anything nice about me, it's probably fake.
Yep. Good thing is I'm not giving that to you in a hotel.
Oh, pause. No.
It's very much messed up. Mohammed Hijab doesn't even have a face to respond to the lady. Doesn't even have a face to deal with the accusations. Just setting up setting up channels to deal with his personal things through AI and doxing a woman and putting the life of a woman in danger. If you think from the Islamic perspective, when this woman came out, at this stage, like, still there are questions like, okay, we want to see the messages or the communications regarding the Misyar things. But for women to come up with such a things, because those things are considered very shameful in Islam, you are bringing shame to yourself, your family, your community. It shows she's very much brave. But putting her name on the social media, you are simply telling your gangs to deal with her, and that's not very.
Yeah, I just don't understand. Again, I don't understand how. But again, people are in darkness because they love darkness rather than light, and that they really will. They would rather hide the truth. They want to hide the truth from people. Like if you're so proud of what you did, why don't you just say he seemed like he had a good time, a high old time laughing with Sneeko, Ali Dawa, and all the other guys regarding like them lying to women. Why won't you just say, yeah, so what, I did it? But he honestly, I have to say, he was properly psychoanalyzed by the good Dr. David Wood as being a wimp. He's clearly a wimp. If you're afraid, again, this is halal, you're afraid. You are so afraid to tell your wife. Again, you're supposed to be a defender of Islam. You should be able to tell them, but you're afraid. But I'll leave that there, sister. Again, I pray this for those that are in this. No, Islam disrespects women. I don't know if you know that or not. Maybe you should read your sources. But other than that, I pray this leads those who are in the darkness of Islam into Christ, the light.
Keep away from Islam, keep away from Allah, keep away from teachings of Muhammad. Be close to Muslims, in the intention of the preaching glorious gospel of our glorious God. Mohammed Hijab only can turn upside down because of the gospel, true gospel. Same for Aisha, and same for everyone who is involved. Yes, it's very easy for us to just listen these videos and then comment on it, mock on it. Those things are very, very, very easy. But at the end, we are dealing with human beings who are affected by it. They are harmed by it. They are hurt by it. And only Bible tells us we are healed because of his wounds. So only blood of Lord Jesus Christ will heal those people. Islam is not there to help them. Scholars, sheikhs, even fake creepy sheikhs are not there to help them. Only Lord Jesus Christ. Only Lord Jesus Christ. Let me just say thank you. Thank you. What did he say about it? He said, let's focus on our brothers and sisters in Palestine. That's what he said.
Essentially.
Yeah, essentially that's
but
what
if you got in, just definitely watch from the beginning, give our sister a good view. And definitely everybody that's in the chat, even if you hate her, if you hate this stream, Muslims, hit the like button 3 times to express how much you hate this stream. Everybody else, press the like button. Don't forget that it doesn't cost you anything. But I definitely appreciate you having me on, sister. God bless you.
Thank you very much for joining me, and thank you very much everyone who joined us. I am very much aware of the time. Please don't take this. It's 1:43. Don't take this time as I'm sending the inappropriate messages.
Exactly what she's doing.
It's not that. It's not that. This is just for you to just hear how Islam messed up, how Muslims are just like, yeah, needs desperately Lord Jesus Christ.
Don't roll over in the bed looking at the live stream.
Yeah. Don't be in bed and watch me on the phone, because that's like very, very creepy right now. Since we learned from Mohammed Hijab, that's like he sends messages at 1:56 a.m. in the mornings. That's just
2:51.
Like 1:50 plus 1:56. Remember the one we saw?
There was another one that was 2:51.
Oh yeah. No good.
Yep.
Stay away from Islam. Be close to Muslims, and then make sure they hear the glorious gospel of Lord Jesus Christ so they can repent and turn to him. By God's grace, I will see you in a couple of hours at 8 o'clock, as I've got live stream with all the way from a brother from Europe. Should be fun. Sister Kay, once again, thank you very much for joining me as well. By God's grace, we will see you again. Until I see you, may Christ crucified silent you with his love. God bless you all.
Thank you.